Well, hello. Hard doing a video after that. This is coming at you well, not straight after, but the same day as the mauling by Liverpool, the battering by Liverpool 5-1 at Anfield. Let's start by saying, what can I say? Let's start by saying that I don't think that was a 5-1 game. Weird, isn't it? I know, they beat us 5-1. I don't think it was a 5-1 game. We were beaten by the better side on the day. We were beaten by the side that wanted it more on the day. We were beaten by the side that took their chances on the day. But I don't think that they were any better today than they were at the Emirates a few weeks back, and we got a 1-1 draw out of that. Now, during our 22 game run unbeaten period that we went through, people were always saying, yeah, wait till they come up against a big club, till they come up against one of the big boys, they'll falter. And we drew 1-1 with Liverpool, and we drew 2-2 with United, and we beat Spurs in that run. But the Spurs game was pure adrenaline. The United game was where the wheels started coming off. As you know, I try and be positive about everything when it comes to Arsenal, because there's no point getting angry at the things that you perceive as being faults or slights against you as a fan. You know, no one's sending a team out to lose by playing 3 defensive midfielders or 2 defensive midfielders and 3 centre-halves. You know, they're not doing it personally to attack you. It's just what the manager feels at the time. But this game, I'm going to call out Emery's refusal to play the squad system. All right, but this is not a massive dig. This is me saying I don't think he's understood football in England, which is rubbish to say, but I genuinely think that might be part of it. Mainly because, you know, he's played a strong team in every game he's played in. Even in dead rubbers against Spurs in the League Cup. I said it before. I said it in my videos. I think that was the wrong. Look at me, I'm moving. I'm rocking all over the place. I'm trying to keep it all in. It was playing. You know, his management of Lacazette. I have to say, I'm a little bit concerned at. Because for me personally, you know, I've been saying for a couple of weeks now that I would play Ramsey ahead of Guendouzi in the team, but he needs to be playing ahead of him in the pitch as well. And Lacazette, his management of Lacazette has not been good, right? In my humble opinion, I'm not a football manager. I don't see these guys on the pitch week in, week out, right? But from what I've seen as a team and on the pitch, I would have Ramsey further forward as a runner. You saw in the second half, I think it was after Aubameyang had gone off, that was when Ramsey started making runs beyond the defenders and doing what he does best, right? Whether you like it or not, Arsene Wenger got the best out of Aaron Ramsey, positionally. And you've got to play Lacazette and Aubameyang together. I'd like to go look at the stats and see, but I think that they score most of their goals when they're on the pitch together, not when they're separate. You can't keep bringing Lacazette on as a second half sub. Emery's doing the same thing that Arsene Wenger did last year, which was not playing him in the big games against, you know, the big games against the top 6 teams. And I think that the pair of them work so well together that you've got to put them there as a 2. So you have Lacazette deeper and Aubameyang running in off him. He played with a 4 at the back today, so there's no reason why he couldn't do that. But these are all minor gripes. while we're on the subject, Iwobi today, people saying he's their man of the match. For me, personally, one decent ball in, and that was for the goal, which was a good goal. When you look at it, watch it back, well taken, well played. That's the only time we really did that. And that's where we fell down. We fell down turning defence into midfield into attack. There was no link, right? Whether you like him or not, that's what Ozil does. Not all the time, not always brilliantly, but that's what he does do. And in those sorts of games, I think, personally, he would have made a big difference. He was injured, fine, we can't play him. So that's where we need someone else like that in the team. But I think it was noticeable that we did miss someone that could play the ball. I'm really struggling. I think this is the first time I thought Leno wasn't probably as good as I thought he was, but it's just an off game, you know. I think we showed that we miss Hector Bellerin, and he's been getting pelters all season. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is going to be is a great footballer and will be a superb addition to this squad. But he's nowhere near to finish the article yet. But that's fine. You know, he's got time to come through. But in big games like this, you need more than that. Stefan Lichtsteiner, he's come from Italy. It's a different style of defending over there than it is here, and I don't think he's got his head around it. Kolasinac is, I think, a great attacking wing back, but hasn't got anything at the back. And you know, other than his pace to get him out of trouble, and I think he was caught today. Koscielny showed today, after he came on, that with game time, he's a better choice than Mustafi. Is that saying much? Mustafi was a little bit of a miss, but he was a miss alongside Rob Holding and Socrates. Socrates I think he got caught out a little bit today as well, but Liverpool's forwards were just on it. But their goal, you know, I said on Twitter earlier on, I'm only counting that. I'm not counting that as a 5-1 win because I'm only going to go 3 or 4 because the first goal for Liverpool was ridiculously jammy. I mean, it was a good challenge from Xhaka, timed it brilliantly to slide in and get the ball, but it bounced to Lichtsteiner, who should have just walloped it anywhere, but he was trying to play a half volley-ish type ball, which then hits the other. I can't remember who it. I think it was Socrates. It hit, bounced massively, took Leno out of the game. And Firmino, what are you doing? Right, do the look away shot or a look away pass when it matters. When you've got someone running at you and you sell them. Right? There was no goalkeeper, there was no defenders, no one there, and then you're looking away as you hit the ball. Well done, brilliant. It don't matter when it's like that. It's just something for the cameras. Fine, you got your hat trick. Well done. One of them was a penalty. The second goal, props. Great, quality finish. You could see one of the challenges. It was Mustafi right on the edge of the D. He actually pulls his leg away because he's worried about what's happened before, and he doesn't want to give away a free kick or whatever. You know, it's happened to him in other games. Follow through with it. Follow through. That's the worst that could have happened. We scored anyway. It was a great tidy little finish. Well done. The third goal again. The two passes. The one to Salah and the one from Salah to Mane. And got a problem with that. We got done by 2 quality passes and a great finish. Right. Hold your hands up. Yeah, we done. You know, that was it. That was a good goal. And then it was 2 penalties. So a spawny goal, 2 good goals, and 2 penalties. That's why I'm not that angry at it. As not as angry as I should be at a 5-1 drubbing. What angers me more is that we didn't offer anything going forward, and when the times we didn't take our chances. There was a chance, it was ruled out for offside, but Aubameyang put it out. It was a brilliant clearance off the line. It was supposed to be a tap-in. There's another time where Ramsey went over and he stepped over the ball and tried to flick it in. You know, I don't understand this whole back heel thing. You've only got a heel. You can't do a forward heel. How the hell do you do that? You can't get your leg to bend around that way, can you? You know, and like I say, Iwobi is his choice of final ball, man. I like Iwobi, and I can see him improving under Emery, and his confidence is getting better, and that's when he plays better, and he's becoming a better footballer, he's becoming important to our team. But he needs to work on the final ball, and I don't know what these people are doing at the club. Steve Bolger and whoever Emery's first choice coach is in terms of attacking football. There's something missing there. But scaling it down, we got beaten by the best team in the league. They are by far the best team in the league. They're 9 points ahead of the champions, Tottenham. I don't know if you know that Tottenham are champions. I mean, they lost 3-1 at home to Wolves today. But they are, they won a championship weeks ago because they put the pressure on a little bit early, and Harry Kane got an MBE for scoring penalties at a World Cup. I mean, Bobby Moore won the World Cup as a captain of England and got an OBE. Harry Kane scored a couple of penalties and got an MBE. Semi-finals. Okay. What about Gary Lineker? He got to a semi-final of a World Cup as well. Scored a goal against West Germany. At the time they were West Germany. Don't get me started on that. Liverpool are by far, at the moment, the best team in the league. Unbeaten, brilliant defence, brilliant defensive record. I don't think the defence is as good as the results are showing. They could genuinely go through the season unbeaten. I think Man City might actually win next weekend. I'm hoping, and fingers crossed on that one. But so if we look back at it, if we try and take a balanced perspective at it, this is where we are as a team. We are probably the 6th best team in the league. The top 4 being Chelsea in 4th, then Spurs, then Man City, then Liverpool. As it's how I feel at the moment, they're the top 4 teams in the league. We've got a chance of catching Chelsea. There's no doubt about that. We'll find out about their result tomorrow, obviously. We can beat teams on our day. We're just not consistent enough yet, and that's what Emery has been brought into. He's had one transfer window in 6 months, so I'm not getting massively down high about it because this is still Arsene Wenger's team, and these flaws were still in the team before Emery took over, and he's got to try and work with that. There's our mission for this season was always to improve on last season. I think genuinely we've done that by going on a big long unbeaten run across, not just the Premier League but across all games, which showed, forgetting the results, it showed resilience in the team and showed that the team could be coached and could be trained to play and get results. And I think there's a genuine outside chance that we could finish top 4. If we could finish in 4th place, quarterfinals to semi-finals of the FA Cup, quarterfinals of the League Cup, and maybe a semi-final place again in the Europa League. That's a decent season for us at the moment, considering where we are and where we were. Last year we finished 6th and had a Europa League semi-final position. So if we can move up in the Premier League, which is possible, then that you've got to take that as an improvement. It's not great, but it's better than where we were last year, and that's what Emery's been brought in to do. And hopefully, I don't imagine us getting anyone in the transfer window. Gooners, I wouldn't expect any major deals to come through. If he gets a defender in, is it going to be a short-term deal? Because obviously he likes Holding, and Holding's a great defender, and you don't want to step on his toes and push his rehabilitation back. But then is a great defender going to come in for a short period of time? Maybe someone else is coming back that needs fitness and games, and maybe we get someone like that. I would be amazed if we sign anyone permanently, a marquee signing. They might do it to say, look, you're our manager, go out there and do it. I think Rambo will go, or at least he'll at least sign his contract, his pre-contract, and leave at the end of the season. He might be a bit honourable that way and go out that way. I wouldn't be surprised if Ozil does get sold. I'd be upset because I still think he's an integral part of our team. If we can get the positions and players to work around him, but I think he'll go. But I wouldn't expect a great deal of flurry activity, transfer wise. But it's a painful defeat that the Liverpool won because, like I say, it wasn't I genuinely don't think we were 4 goals worse off than they were. We just didn't create enough chances as we normally do. I think we're tired. I think they need a break. I don't normally say that, kind of like, oh, poor Diddums, it's what you do for a living, play football, get on with it. I just think that maybe this has hit them harder this season than they were expecting. Playing, like I say, playing dead rubbers and stuff, and he's trying to find his first team. The subs are still happening with regularity. They're almost becoming Arsene Wenger-esque now. I used to say that 70 minutes, but there's going to be a substitution with Emery under at half time. But like under Arsene Wenger, when we lost, was it 5-0 up there? And we got absolutely turned over. This didn't feel like that for me. It felt like breakaway goals that we could have stopped and should have stopped, but it was just one of those things. Whereas the other one, it felt worse to me. It felt like it was coming. It felt like you knew it was going to happen. This is the first spanking we've been dealt. Maybe it's going to galvanise Emery into doing something. Maybe he's looking at it and think, okay, we can't do that. I genuinely don't think Lichtsteiner should play the next game. I think you should give it a chance to Cenkerson. He can't do any worse. That's where we are at the moment. And it doesn't bother me that we're not challenging for titles. I know that it is the be all and end all for a lot of people, but I'd rather see young lads coming through, and it's what happened in the mid to late 80s. We started bringing these kids through, and they took the Arsenal on to where Arsene Wenger took over from. So maybe Emery can do that, maybe he can bring that back. Maybe get that feeling back where you're feeling that the boys that are playing for Arsenal know and love the club and feel like you do as a fan. That wouldn't disappoint me so much. I'm trying to find words. It's difficult for me, this one. Positives. Let's look at positives. Like I say, the goal was good. Our goal was a good goal. It was well taken, well created. Ainsley Maitland-Niles is a positive. Terreira is still a positive. The fact that Spurs are now 9 points away from Liverpool makes me happier than if we'd have won and they'd have still been 6 points behind them. I want Man City to take over and go back into second place. And that's it. I'm struggling. It's not like me because I'm trying to be positive. Because I'm trying to be, and because I don't feel hurt, and I think that's the weird thing. Normally, after you get turned over, you feel hurt. But like I say, they're it's like when Man City beat us at the beginning of the season. They're the best team in the league by a long way, and they were at that point. They've had a couple of rubbish results, but not. Pep Guardiola's not going to go after losing 3 out of 4 games. And that they haven't changed that way. They've just been sort of found out, if you like, or just a bit of a rub of the green, and they'll be back. Then they're a better side. Arsenal bias us apart. They're a better side than Spurs, so they'll be back. So we go into the new year on the back of a tonking. And it'll be interesting to see now how we bounce back from this. But we will. One result doesn't define the season really, not yet anyway. It's going to be interesting on the run-in. If we can stay in touch, and it's all about getting that Champions League football back. So if we can be in and around it at the end of the season, then that's what matters at the moment, isn't it, for us, for Arsenal fans? Yes, we've fallen a long way. Yes, that's what, like you say, how they might have fallen. But I'd still rather be getting tonked 5-1 away to Liverpool than being where Man United are at the moment, and taking glory from the fact that Mourinho's gone and having their player that was sulking and sitting around not doing what he was told now suddenly dabbing and dancing and being the jovial man of all the people. £89 million for a player that sulks and moans when he gets told to do something that he doesn't like doing. I'd love to be able to go to work at the weekend, after the weekend, and my boss come around to me and say, "Why aren't you doing this?" And I just go, "I don't rate you, don't fancy you, so I'm going to sit around and do nothing, wait for you to get the sack, then I'll come out and I'll start performing like I'm supposed to perform." Wouldn't that be nice? To be able to do that, keep getting people sacked until you get someone that you like. That's another matter. See, the smile's coming back. When I'm talking about other people, Schadenfreude. Anyway, so that's it. No more talking about the Liverpool game. All over, all done with. Can't do anything about it. It's 3 points dropped. It's 5 goals conceded. But we move on and start 2019, hopefully in a better way than we finished 2018. Thanks for everyone for watching and listening and commenting. I'm loving it. I'm loving Fan Vibe. Come and have a chat with Twitter. Get involved. At Gooner Armchair. Come and join in the banter. But thanks for everyone for listening. Like I say, I'm loving it. Loving the comments. And I'll just keep doing them as long as people want to watch them. Cheers, guys. Happy New Year. See you in 2019.